Good morning, Caribou Weather Dude YouTube channel. I'm going to try to keep this as brief as I can. There was a big wildfire breakout yesterday in Fort St. John, got people talking. There was a message from the BC government that said, careful of burning and wildfire threats and things like that. So it is going to be very warm today and dry, and that wind that's coming with the cold front that's moving in is going to kick up quite a bit. So already been very gusty here this morning. I can see it's blowing out there 12.7 currently. So that's just to give you an example. I've heard some big gusts out there. We could look at all this. But the good news is that cold front will bring some moisture and will suppress fire activity a little bit too. So I got all the details for you as I always do. Let's go.
There it is. This is bad news. My gosh. Right now. Anything could happen. Get on! Wow. I'll watch the video later. They try up in this.
Could you hit like, share, and subscribe? It really helps a guy like me, okay? Like I'm trying to build this thing here called a YouTube channel, and I can't do it without you. Trying to get to 10,000 subscribers this year, and I'm failing at present, but maybe you can help me make it a reality. Okay, let's get on with the talk. A little bit of video from Fort St. John yesterday. It's at a golf course just on the outside of town. And yeah, look at this fire is ripping, absolutely ripping. So it was pretty scary there for a little bit yesterday. I had one outside Lac La Hache that was reported by a friend of mine to me, and of course the wildfire service and locals got in on that too. So fire activity, look at that. It's happening already, folks. I wish I could get this video to repeat itself, but it doesn't want to do that. Some more footage from yesterday. Do I have it? Yeah, well, you can always go to the BC Wildfire Update page, photos and resources, I believe it's called. Julie Laviolette runs it. I don't know why it won't do its just looping thing that it always does for me. But as you can see, there's the tanker in there hitting a bomb and run on it. Looks like we got the Electra. Love the Electra. So cool when you're around for a drop when it lets it go. Okay, what do I got for you, folks? So condition green on most of these other fires, including the Lac La Hache one there. That's good. Couple fires in the Caribou, but all on the greens. And we got this guy down here in the South Piece. It's really hard to click on these buttons, I find. But that's G70192. That's going on right now, out of control, 185 hectares. It's spreading or anticipated to spread. And then we have the one in Fort St. John we're just looking at. That was at the golf course. The dots are so small, it's really hard to click on them. But here we are. G80204 is this wildfire, discovered on May 1st. And here's the full detail. 56 hectares they have it listed at. So far, it's anticipated to spread beyond the perimeter of control line. I expect active burning today with this one. If they haven't got fully on it, it's still got a red dot. So I can only go on what they're telling me here. And what they're telling me is that it's an active fire, so it's out of control. So I'm going to assume that with the weather today, there's 2 helicopters, 12 firefighting personnel involved on this one. Suppression actions are being taken to limit the spread of the unwanted fire. Fort St. John Fire Rescue has also been involved. And we do have a little bit of imagery, just this one of it burning here down in that sort of gully, basically caught in that forest. So let's hope they get some action on that and get through that fire today. Fish Creek fire. So fire danger, it's going to really start picking up in the prairies basically over the next couple days, right? We're going to see a decrease in fire danger in British Columbia interior. Going to see it back off a little bit in the Fort area. Temperatures are going to come down when this cold front comes through tomorrow. We're going to have a little bit of precip to throw in there, so that should suppress fire activity. And, you know, if you can suppress it a little bit, then often you can get people in there to wrap it, right? So this is fire danger rating. And as you know, my favorite's the build-up index because it combines everything into one map. And you can see Chilcotin and Caribou and into the southern interior as well. Not good. Even down in the Columbia, down there, the Rocky Mountain Trench, seeing some reds in there. So that's concerning. Luckily, we do have this weather change coming for a little bit that will help. But it is concerning. And, you know, I'm hoping that with the weather change, we're going to start seeing the green up really happen too. And if we can start seeing a lot of green up, that means we're going to see that fire danger come down a little bit again, because It's nice and green and healthy instead of all this dead grass and everything that's here. But as you can see, the buildup index is not looking great for the piece, but it's somewhat nice to see that it's not in the reds there today. Just trying to get an impression of temperatures at 4 o'clock this afternoon. And what you'll see is this warm blob of air is going to keep moving towards the east, and it's going to depart us. We're going to have, as you can see, this onshore, this flow from offshore is coming towards us. That's going to be bringing cooler temps and some various rain and cooler things like that. Okay, so what do we got today? 28 Vernon, 24 Kelowna. So everything looking pretty much the same as we were looking at the last couple of days. 27 Kamloops, no real change in the forecast. 24 Williams Lake, 24 Quesnel, 24 Prince George, and then up into the piece today. Not good for Fort St. John. I mean, let's be honest, 25 degrees Celsius and extremely, extremely low humidity. So they're into fire weather today for sure. And the wind speeds don't look good either, mind you. So we definitely, it's like already blasting wind out here. So we have this really, really dry air on top of really, really hot temperatures. So that's the things that fire likes to really, and then you add the wind, of course, things are going to get nasty. Well, what kind of wind are we looking at? Let's look at gusts. And looking at wind gusts because wind gusts will fan the fires, right? So this isn't the average wind speed. This is just sort of the maximum we can expect. But look at wind gusts up in the 30s in the Fort St. John area. So, I mean, it's not good today for that fire condition, and really strong winds. We could see winds gusting into the 60s into the Caribou, into Prince George. So this is some fire danger, right? Any spark that's in the dry today in these conditions, the dry air, hot weather, and big time winds, they're going to fucking go for a run. Well, the good news is it's not going to last all that long, because we're going to watch that basically depart for us by Saturday. We're going to jump ahead a little bit here to Saturday afternoon. As you can see, down. You can see all the temperatures are quite nice in the prairie side there. Congratulations for you from Winnipeg right on up to Fort McMurray. Looking like pretty nice there. Edmonton sitting in the nice too. Calgary. But by the time you get to Fort St. John, 14. And Fort Nelson, 14. Williams Lake, 9. Vernon a little warmer at 16. But Saturday, down weather on Saturday. And with that is coming precip into the mountains. As you can see here, we'll back up in a second here and have a look at how she goes. But this is the standard play lately. So already on Friday night, we have snow up in the north there, of course. Rain up in the Yukon, a little mix of snow and whatnot. Low trying to establish itself up by Fort Nelson, right? So you can tell winds are going to be picking up today. Sorry about that. And I'm sure that just because we looked at one time a day with some winds doesn't mean everywhere is going to be that value. Could be stronger or lesser for you out there, but just to give you kind of a hint, some precip moving through. This is mostly into southern BC, so it's not helping the Fort area all that much. So we'll see some suppression of fire activity in terms of like little more humid conditions, but really it's the southern part of BC that's taken the majority of it. Chilcotin really not. No. They need it really bad. Seeing big time precip though down into Revelstoke, Nakusp, snow up on the high mountains, rain down in the valleys, and watching that head on through down into Sunday as it makes its way south. So another repeat of the last couple of weekends, really. It's like the snow moving down the Rocky Mountains and whatnot. Cool temperatures overnight. Sunday morning, 3 degrees only in Williams Lake. So that's a real big change from what we're seeing right here today, right? So that will help things a little, but it's still pretty warm and dry. I'm concerned about the piece right now. Fire-wise, yeah, a little bit. I am. It could use this rain. It could use this reset. We know that. So that's what we're looking for in the weekend, watching that finally working its way down and high pressure reestablishing itself. And that's when we'll see some return of better temperatures, I'm hoping. Oh, man, down to zeros again on Monday morning. Like, just so much fun being a British Columbian. A little bit better on Monday for temps. Yeah, a little bit better. What about Tuesday? A little better. So we could be back into some fire weather, kind of, for some of us. Well, here's my big concern is like, is the humidity value on Saturday going to be that much better? We're not in crossover territory. So, I mean, yeah, I still saying there's going to be some suppression, like some reduced fire activity. But I'm concerned for the piece. I am. I'm concerned for these western areas out here. definitely a little drier in through the west and up north of Prince George, and you can see where all the precip's going through this weekend. Lucky for you guys. So hope that gave you a little bit of an idea that this is probably the worst of the next couple of days for fire behavior, that fires might stand up today and make themselves really visible. People might go, oh, and panic when they see it. And I'm just here to remind you that probably the next couple of days we'll see those fires calm down just a little bit. The weather conditions won't quite be as favorable, although it's too bad there's no precip coming to UPs. And humidity is going to still be pretty low, but still a reduction, right? So I'm trying to calm your fears a little bit that we're not just like heading off into like extreme fire from here on to September. No, it's going to up and down is how it's going to roll. And today's going to be one of those days where fire activity is going to be on the up. All right. Hope I helped you. Hit like, share, subscribe. See you next time. Bye now.